Losing someone we love changes us. For many people, grief eventually softens with time, but for others, moving on feels impossible. Today we're exploring the psychology behind why some people get stuck in grief and what it really means. 1. Grief isn't linear. First, it's important to understand that grief doesn't follow a schedule. There's no fixed timeline, no universal right way to mourn. Psychologists emphasize that grief is deeply personal. Some people move through it gradually, while others feel frozen in place. This doesn't mean they're weak. It simply means the bond they lost was deeply tied to their identity, their routine, or their sense of purpose. 2. The brain's connection to loss. When we lose someone, our brain goes through drastic emotional and neurological changes. If the person we lost was part of our daily life, our brain had built strong pathways, habits, expectations, even comfort patterns around them. When they're gone, the brain struggles to adjust. It keeps searching for the person, even when we consciously know they're no longer here. This conflict creates emotional pain, longing, and sometimes a paralysis that makes moving forward feel unthinkable. 3. Attachment and identity. Attachment plays a huge role. People who had a strong emotional dependence, whether romantic, familial, or platonic, often feel as if a piece of themselves vanished with the person they lost. When someone's identity is intertwined with another person, their absence creates a sense of emptiness or identity confusion. It's not just missing the person, it's losing the version of yourself that existed with them. 4. Unresolved emotions. Another reason people can't move on is unresolved emotion. Guilt, regret, or unspoken words can trap someone in the past. Questions like, "Why didn't I do more?" or "What if I had one more chance?" replay in their mind. This emotional loop prevents healing because the brain keeps revisiting the moment of loss instead of adapting to the present. 5. Fear of letting go. Sometimes people fear that moving on means forgetting. They worry that healing is a betrayal, like letting go of the last piece of the person they loved, so they hold on to the pain, believing it keeps the memory alive. But grief doesn't have to be the price of love. Healing doesn't erase someone, it simply makes room for life to continue. 6. When grief becomes complicated. For some, grief becomes what psychologists call complicated grief, a prolonged, intense sorrow that interferes with daily functioning. This isn't just sadness, it's a form of emotional trauma. People may avoid places, memories, or even relationships because the loss feels too overwhelming. If you, or someone you know, is struggling to move on, remember this. Grief is not a sign of weakness, it's a sign of love. But healing is not forgetting. It's learning to live again while carrying the memory forward. Sometimes, professional support can help rebuild a sense of purpose, identity, and emotional balance. And no matter how long it takes, you deserve to heal at your own pace.